This team was the face of college basketball for an entire season. And what a face they were. They electrified the sport. They were must-see TV, not just because of how they played, but how they interacted, how they spoke afterwards. As good as they were, and they were good enough that they ended the regular season #1 in the country, all right? But they were very unselfish and humble. They never wanted the spotlight on one of them. They wanted on all of them. Whether it be at a team meal or any type of gathering, you would never know who were seniors, freshmen, sophomores, or juniors. They were one. And I would like to think that we as a staff did that. I don't think we did. I think that's what you guys did. And you did it because of the people you're sitting with. And I want to thank the parents of all of our players, because they did that because that's what you taught them to do. They already understood what it was to be on a great team. They already understood what it was to be humble, what it was to share, what it was like to be one. And then you allowed them to come to us, and you allowed us to coach them. And boy, did we enjoy coaching them. Like I said earlier, there was never a day where we as a staff didn't absolutely anticipate and want to be with you. I must admit, there were a few days that once we got out here, I wanted you to recalibrate and leave the court and come back and realize how excited we were to coach you. But those were few. Those were just a few. And I was impressed with all you guys with the fact that every game, not every game that you play is a ratings game on TV. In other words, they do ratings. That's how they sell advertising and all that kind of stuff and make money. In any game that we played where there was ratings, they broke the record for that game. It was amazing. And as a result, you're the most talked about, the most scrutinized. And when you win, it's big. And when we lose, it also is big. Thank you so much for being able to be mature enough to understand just what a great year you've had, and not to let the disappointment of the last game take away from the overall greatness. Since the end of the season, I've been in different parts of the country, and people, sometimes will call or they're asking, Coach, how do you feel? I said, I feel great. But no, man, I feel great. I just spent a year with a group that I loved. You got to be kidding me. Well, what about no, man, there might be a moment that you're disappointed that it didn't turn out to be a little bit better, but disappointed? You got to be kidding me, man. And this, for me, it renewed me. I thought it was because I replaced every body part that I have, but that wasn't it. All I know is you guys made me feel great. You made me want, to keep coaching. And That and when, you know, my wife has expensive taste, so that is another motivation. It's not all you guys, all right? It's a little bit of family needs. But you know what? I want to thank Duke. Man, I love Duke. Yeah. Where are you from? I coach at Duke, man. Duke, you must be good. You're damn right I'm good. There are only good people at Duke. You know, and to be a part of this university that would attract not just the caliber of player, but the caliber of person that you guys are. Thank you. Thank you, Duke. And it's been an honor for me to represent this great university and see it grow. You know, the team this year, you set a standard I hope we can reach again as far as commitment to one another, fun, belief. Belief is so good. And parents, I'm not sure they do this with you, but you know, your kids listened. You know. Now, try not to think of them when they were growing up, but who they are now. They listened and they believed. And I want to thank you guys that, like, you know, I've coached for 44 years as a head coach. And one of the greatest gifts a team can give a coach is when he looks at his team on the bench before they go out from a timeout or at the start of the game, start of the half, and when you say something and they listen and believe and they eat you up. And you know what that means? They give. They give. You don't just give. And then when you give and they give, that's what happens. You know, that's what happens. So I want to thank all our fans too. You know, this is as big a crowd as we've had since we won our last national championship. By the way, when you say last, means there's more than one. So, you know, just we fell short of that goal, but I think we set the stage for next year's team to pursue their national championship. And I would thank you. You know, I start out every year not fooling around and saying, man, I hope we're good. I start out every year because of having the caliber of men and players that I do, where I said, look, our goal is to win the national championship. And if we win, we're going to win great. If we lose attempting to do great. That's what this university is about, and that's what our program is about. For the guys who will not be with us next year, I want you to know you will always be with us. You're not leaving. You'll never leave Duke and our basketball program. We promised you that when we recruited you, and that's an easy promise to keep. That's how the brotherhood was formed. You can ask any guy who's part of the brotherhood if they have ever left Duke, and not one of them will say that they did. And you know why? Because every place you go, your heart goes with you. There's not a place that you go where your heart is not with you. And Duke basketball is in your heart. And it's in your heart because that's what you played with.